Another day in the office. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Race Day's coverage of round number 13 of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. Tonight, we are at the Worldwide Technology Raceway of Gateway as these drivers get ready to prepare. And for 12 drivers, they continue to make the push towards a championship at the end of the Chase playoff format. I'm Wesley Outland. Steve Tucker is alongside. The field is gridded, and we're ready to go racing here on race day. Dalton Tucker again for Dark Star Garage. His Chevrolet number 21 will be on the pole with Sean Boundy on the outside in 34 for the Toyota Rebel Racing entry. Row number 2 will find Victor Pfluger as well as Spencer Ray in 61. Row 3, Brian Wirtz and Mike Moultrie Jr. Row number 4 will find Robert Kahn and Brandon Fronapple from Virginia. Your top 10 will look at the points leader, Isaac Mott in 47, followed by Matt Lovett. Then it's going to be Isaac Mock, Matt Cherry, Tucker Rhodes, Brady Cox, Joel Hamilton, your top 15. Daniel Wiles, followed by Brandon Ishikanen, Michael Wolf, Richard Lansing, and Noah Rainwater making up the top 20. Rest of the lineup includes Sean Watterson, Hank Caston, Mark Martinek, Alec Coates, and Matthew Montgomery. A couple of drivers have decided to scratch out of the race, so that includes Jamie McKinney and Kyle Hall. Steve, good evening to you, buddy. Welcome to Gateway.
Yeah, how we doing, man? 2 races to go.
I'm doing well.
Woo. Not wait.
Penultimate race of the schedule. It's getting ready to go here, no doubt, as we welcome you again. The field has been introduced. Tucker and Boundy on the front row. And these drivers get ready to go for 120 laps tonight around the Worldwide Technology Raceway. I think we're going to be looking for a green flag start maybe next time around as the lights are still on the pace truck. They should be coming to one to go. But hey, Steve, this is it, man. We're down to the final 2 races. Remember, for those on race day for our coverage, we're off next Thursday night in observance of 4th of July. But we come back for the finale at Vegas. And again, obviously, this is the race where if you want to make a push to make a run towards that championship, this is the time to do it.
It sure is, man. And this is a tough track. Gateway is not easy, right? Turns 1 and 2 is just so tight right here. Turns 3 and 4 kind of feels like turn 3 at Pocono a little bit, kind of wide and flat. But this place is really just 2 long straights attached to 2 really, really short corners. And it's hard braking zones, good passing opportunities. It's going to be a challenge today for sure.
Race day coverage ready to roll here again from St. Louis. That is the No Limit Racing event, as we thank you all for watching. By the way, don't forget, coming up at halfway, lap number 60, we'll give away that $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. Thanks to all the other sponsors, Powder Coat Plus, Bud Kicker, and so many others. And, of course, we thank you for taking the time on your Thursday to join us. Again, it's almost time to go racing. There you see the arch from behind the main grandstand in the town of St. Louis, Missouri. Madison, Illinois is actually where this racetrack is located. Pace truck is on the pit lane. Here we go. This is kind of short track racing. It's kind of intermediate speedway racing. Nonetheless, we're underway. There's contact on the start. Trouble. Tucker wrecked on the front row. Well, this isn't good.
Unbelievable. I didn't even have time to turn down the music right there, Wesley. And Dalton Tucker looks like he might have missed a shift and got her a little loosey-goosey, and around he goes. Unreal.
And got another driver involved in that incident as well, as we look ready to try to go back to a replay for you and show you what happened. Look at the front row. That's all I'm going to tell you. Look at your front row, and that's where all the calamity or something went wrong. Maybe Tucker missed the gear. Boundy on the outside, the 00, nowhere to go in this exchange, and Boundy was able to hold his line, Steve, but then Tucker gets into the 00 machine there, and those drivers go into the inside pit wall. Victor Fluger, by the way, that driver we mentioned, and the caution out here quickly on the start of this race. Wow.
Yeah, that's something that you don't see a lot, right? Is driver error in this regard. We'll watch it again back. You'll see it and hear it. In first gear to start. Yeah, in second right there. So maybe not necessarily a blown shift, but definitely spun the tires at a minimum. And man, that's a huge mistake to make right there as you're walking into this race as that #1 contender for the championship. That's a tough break.
Tough break there, man, for Tucker. And absolutely, Dalton Tucker has been the Pied Piper all season long, and especially in the run to these playoff format. And there you see Tucker damage on that 21 machine, and man, not a good way to start the night out, obviously, for that driver. Wow.
Yeah, sure not. Keep in mind too, Victor Fluger also got involved there. He was the one right behind him at the time, and has some front end damage. Not killer, you know, but and even then for Dalton, this is damage that can be repaired. This place is not necessarily super aero dependent, but definitely it could play a role in this race for sure, right? But now
let's check.
He's in the back.
Let's check in with Dalton Tucker, Steve. Dalton, it's the broadcast booth, man. What's your take of what happened on the start?
No grip.
So you don't blame it on the other car. It basically just no grip, spun the tires on your own, and basically lost control.
Yeah, I definitely spun him, and he might have been in second and got a better start, so it was definitely on me.
How badly damaged is your car?
Right at 4 minutes.
Oh wow.
Man.
All right. We've got to find a way to bounce back from that for sure. Tough break for the man that's leading the P1 spot for the championship here tonight. That's the big diff Sim Motorsports teammate of Dalton Tucker as he puts us under caution. We're already under yellow, getting things started. We'll take a break. Back with more on race day from St. Louis. Lights are off on the pace truck. Welcome back to coverage on race day from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Incident on the start of the race takes out Pfluger and Dalton Tucker. You heard Dalton tell us that he's got to look at 4 minutes of damage or more to get that car repaired. Right now, Dalton Tucker still, I believe, on pit road. Actually, he's back on the racetrack, but he's back in the 24th position. All right, cue it up. Let's try this again, Steve.
Hang on, Wes. Hang on, Wes. This is race control. We got a little glitch here. We're going to throw the caution right back out, re-rack it, and go again.
Thank you very much. It's like having race control audio in the broadcast at the same time. Thank you, guys. So there's a glitch, and there's a problem. And as soon as we go back to green, as the pace truck's on pit road, they're going to throw the green and then throw the caution right back out again as soon as this race gets back going. So there you see it. You'll see the pace truck come back onto the racetrack in just a moment. So, all right, another yellow flag being called for. There you see it, just as fast as we went back to green. They got a little glitch, if you will, Steve, they're trying to work on before we go back to the restart.
Hey, that can happen, right? iRacing and virtual racing, internets, and all that kind of stuff. That can happen. Hey, if you guys, speaking of race day, man, so on Tuesday, and glitches and whatnot, meant Tuesday was the, so we do a different league, the ASRA Cup Series on Tuesdays. There's a championship race, and right after stage 2, we had one of the championship 4 contenders cut out. Right due to a glitch and to some disconnection issues. So heartbreaking for that, but yeah, they can happen, right? That's kind of the the luck of the draw sometimes when it comes to this thing.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. We'll try this again, if you will, and see if we can get something going this time after those problems that just happened, obviously, on the start of it. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed anything. We've been more under caution than green flag, as there was an accident on the start of the front row involving, of course, the pole car, the points leader, Tucker, and Victor Pfluger on the outside. Those drivers involved in a little incident. We'll reset. We'll try it again.
Yeah, and depending on how this really affects Dalton, right? I mean, this is the second to last race of the championship. I mean, he's got big damage, right? 4 minutes damage is big, so will we see, right, new winners? Could be Sean Boundy, Spencer Ray, you know, even Mike Moultrie, who had a crazy good race last week. A lot can change in the course of 120 laps, so still a long way to go, though. But yeah, first caution, man, haven't even run a green flag lap yet, but that can happen, folks.
By the way, don't forget to follow No Limit Racing on social media. They're, of course, on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And their official website, of course. No Limit Racing is a premier iRacing league established since 2013, and the Premier Series is the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series that you're seeing tonight from Virtual Worldwide Technology Raceway. Don't forget, we're off next week in observance of 4th of July. Proud to be an American. And obviously, we will take off in observance for that and come back for the championship race. And round 14, the finale, if you will, Steve, next 2 weeks. And they'll be at Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Pack up the deck. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that'll be incredible, right? I mean, man, just all these guys trying to go for it. And we'll see, right? I mean, after the race, we'll check the math. I mean, whoever it is, maybe Dalton Tucker, maybe somebody else, maybe they already have enough points, right, to win the championship after this race. That can happen, mathematically at least, but, you know, hey, unlikely at least, but you can never, ever know. But got to get through Gateway first before we get to the championship. Man, this is pretty interesting so far. Lap 1 yellow.
Yeah, already a couple of caution flags. Obviously, the incident on the racetrack, and then the one where they had to have an error hiccup to fix things. And we're going to try to go back for another restart here. So now Shane Boundy will be Sean Boundy will be on the front row, along with Spencer Ray. And those will be the drivers that'll be alongside, ready to get this started here as the field comes back for a restart. Be lap number 8 of 120 here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway. Green flag flies. Much better go at things than the original start. And Sean Bounty's going to go for the whole shot into turn one. Moultrie, Ray right there alongside, door to door. Works in front apple. Then we got a car on the wall already. The 41 in trouble. Lovett's car. And no caution as they go into turn number 3, Steve.
Yes, sir. And these guys right here, the 29, have drive-through penalties, keep in mind. So they have to take that that lane right there in turn 3 to get into pit road. That'll be a topic today. Green flag racing, green flag pit stops.
And Matt Lovett already with a damaged front end on his race car as well. After that incident that happened over there in turn number 1 and 2 on the restart. 4 drivers onto the pit lane, as you forementioned, with a pass-through penalty. And all the while, it is Sean Bounty up in front. Ray second, Works in front apple. Kahn top 5. Mock is also there. 4 drivers in the top 10 in the chase right now. And that's Cherry in 10th. As you see him thunder off of turn 4 down to the line. Sean Bounty up in front, taking care of business here in the early going. And by the way, can we say Sean Bounty, Steve, has really come along impressively in the last month, especially since the chase began.
Yes, sir. I mean, he's been really, really good, obviously. He always jokes his paint scheme is all about that the Star Wars lore, right? It has "Sponsor Me" on the side of it in the Star Wars language. So pretty funny stuff. Got a good sense of humor. Would love to see a real sponsor on that car because he impresses, man. Right now in P1, looking pretty good.
Had a little hiccup on getting things started, but since then, so far, single file. As you see all these drivers working their way around the racetrack. There's Ray, now on board with Ray in that second position. They go down the front straightaway. He's in second spot right now. Not able to get up to 6th gear, able to get up to 5th. Now drops down to 4th. Brian Wirtz right there hot on his tail on the bottom, as well as Front Apple and Company from the rear view mirror. And there you are. Oh, whoa, the 22 Domino's car got a little sideways for just a moment. Pops out of line, gets back in line. That's the Chevrolet of Michael Wolf, and will still stay green flag. Love those colors, by the way, Steve.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And hey, like I was talking to you about, on our commercial break, this place, it's an oval, but it races like a road course, right? You're downshifting kind of all over the place. They'll go from 5th on the straightaways down to maybe even 3rd on turns 1 and 2 right here. They'll probably stay in 4th gear in 3 and 4, but a lot of shifting up and down. And man, this is basically, again, 2 long straightaways attached by 2 really, really hard and tight cornering. So it's pretty rough, but it's a lot of fun to drive. This is personally one of my favorites to drive on. It's a lot of fun.
Very sharp curves, if you will, as you forementioned, working these drivers around here. And 120 laps might not seem like a lot, but if you have a plethora of cautions on the track that's over a mile long, there is a strong possibility that this could be an eventful race. Right now, 2 caution flags in the opening, 9 laps of things. And since then, it's been about a handful of laps under green and good. Sean Bounty, Rebel Racing number 34, leads the way. Spencer Ray in second. Brian Wirtz is third. There you see Front Apple and Kahn, your top 5. As everybody's still single file for the time being. And honestly, Steve, this is probably the best thing to do. You had a little hiccup on the start, had a couple of cars get some damage. Right now, it's kind of, let's just get out here, let's ride and drive, let's not be aggressive, let's not do anything crazy to take ourselves out of the contention at the end to try to win this thing as they thunder off turn 4, the leaders do.
It's a great point. Absolutely. And man, right now, we've been seeing these guys who aren't even playoff drivers too. They're really kind of showing out. Sean Bounty, obviously, Spencer Ray. We've got Kahn right there in 5th, Brady Cox in 6th. Really good stuff, man. And actually, let me get a zoom in of this car, man. This thing is deadly. I love this paint scheme. AD graphics, man, good stuff.
Yeah, I like the sharp-looking flames, black and white, yellow on that AD graphics Chevrolet Camaro right there. Sitting in a good spot right now outside the top 5 and 6th as well for Cox. As everybody just still stays single file around the racetrack, working their way back into corner number 1 and 2. High climber of the race so far, up 10 spots, is Hank Caston. Car 42, he's in the 15th position. There you see him right now on the monitor. His Ford Mustang doing well. Brady Cox is up 8 spots in 6th, our buddy out of Canada.
This place,
and yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, good. Yeah, this place is too tough as well on tires, right? So we're seeing, you know, during the restarts, we're going to see some kind of chaotic stuff just because it's so hard to pass here, or can be. As Robert Kahn might be coming down pit road here. Let's take a look. What's going on here? Don't see him on the track anymore. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Maybe a glitch. Ink and blink and nod on Kahn, and that's a tough break for him because he was in the top 15.
Yeah, he's not there anymore. So
one car. Yeah, he fell back to 23rd.
ah, man, yeah, can't even go back to him to see where he is on track, but that might mean a disconnection, unfortunately, and hey, that can happen. Hate to see that.
That's heartbreak for him as well if that is the case for Kahn in that Mobil 1 number 14 machine. Right now, Boundy still leads. Boundy, Ray, Wertz, Front Apple, Cox now in the top 5 as Robert Kahn had blinked off and disappeared. Watching all these guys thunder down the straightaway here. Oh, and by the way, when you're roaring down that back stretch here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, Steve, you got to be mindful to miss that inner crossover that pops out.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, man, you can smack that wall and it can cause tons of damage to your race car.
Oh, you can. And right now, turn 2, right where you see Sean Boundy is, and oh, we're seeing Front Apple.
Front Apple in trouble. Bottom of the apron, Front Apple in 30, saves the car, but loses a considerable amount of positions on the back straightaway.
And I was just about to say, turn 2 is kind of Calamity Corner. It's so loose off of that corner. If you put too much wheel input into it, you will most likely kick that back end around, and Brandon did that for sure right there, but kept it going.
And no caution. A no yellow flag as well. That's another thing that we needed to emphasize on as they race on. Front Apple going after Wolf in 22. Front Apple fell all the way back to 15th. Ah, yes, I see Code FK8 and Brandy Lovett have already started. Don't forget to put St. Louis. Well, I didn't say St. Louis, but what the hell, we'll use that one. I didn't really know what word I was going to come up with anyway. So a chance for a $25 gift card from IMB Racewear coming up at the halfway mark of this race at lap number 60. Because right now we're just over or under 100 laps to go now. Lap 60 will be halfway.
So far, good stuff.
Yeah, all these beautiful looking race cars too. There's Tucker, by the way, Steve. Can we get an update on him? It looks like he's still on the lead lap after his mishap, and right now he's using the field to get up to 13th position as we saw a car bounce off the wall a moment ago. The Family Dollar car.
Yeah, McKinney right here.
Yeah, McKinney.
Still loose.
Boy, looks like his handling's gone away on that machine.
Take it right on board. We'll show you how loose this track can be. Right now he seems like he's got a handful, but entering down turn 1 and 2 is really where I'm curious. Oh, right there, the overcorrection. That's big. Watch this, Wesley, into turn 1 and 2. Too hard on the brakes right there, kind of kicked it out a little bit. He's way down low. That's not typically the preferred line. There's no grip down there. You really want to be in that second lane, right above that big, thick seam.
That's McKinney, and we saw that Family Dollar Ford Just a little loose, and the handling going away possibly on that race cars right now. He finds it and stays to the bottom of the rumble strips, if you will, off of turn number 2, off of 4 now, correction. Back straightaway is where the leaders are. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. That was a moment ago with Brady Cox, our friend out of Canada. Isaac Buck, Matt Cherry, and Daniel Wiles in the Crown Royal colors of that purple number 3. I like that car. Sharp looking car. Look at that.
Whew. Looking good.
Please do remember, though, to drink responsibly and be 21 or older. Pardon the pun. Inside, watching this battle transpire. That's the 25. That's Brandon Ishikanen. Ishikanen battling with Rainwater and Hamilton and Caston. All this going on. Rainwater on the outside.
Got door to door right there. 25 gets loose.
Whoa.
He comes up into the 05. Got to be really careful there. Turn 3 is tough for that.
And losing considerable amount of spots is now Tucker's trying to get around Ishikanen. Dalton Tucker now back up to the Dirty Dozen, if you will.
That's the tough part about this track, right? Is that the braking zones are so hard because the straights are so long. So you get guys who are going to brake maybe too late, too early, and then they come up the track because the car is too tight, and they'll door the other guy above them. So that 25 did that right there, but luckily enough, no wreck.
Closing in on about 30 laps. Lap 28 on the board now. This time by working lap 29. Sean Boundy still the leader. There's Martinek, by the way. Correction, up to 55 by that's Joe Hamilton. Martinek and Hamilton, do they have cars that look alike? I think they are, Steve, right? So there's Hamilton.
Yeah,
there's Martinek. Where's Martinek? And there's
right here.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Another 6 car. Yeah, you're right.
Usually he has the Valvoline colors. He's kind of changed it up a little bit tonight. What does that say?
The Sorcery. It's the Sorcery, yeah. Sorcery.us.
There you go. Wonder what that is. Nonetheless, we stay green as they work the back straightaway, thundering into turn 3. 1/4 of the way through. 30 down, 90 to go. Halfway, coming up on lap number 60. And remember, capital letters, St. Louis puts you in for the chance for a $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. Code FK8 says, fellas, do you have someone else I can contact for my gift card from weeks ago? The Twitter account never responded. I would probably say go on Facebook to No Limit Racing and message them on Messenger. It might be better to reach them faster than on Twitter or X. Or contact Brandon on Apple directly. I know he's the guy that operates the series. He'll help you out. We want to make sure our winners get their prizes. Hashtag no fake prizes, Steve.
That's right. So right now, Wesley, we're going to be kind of entering that time frame when green flag pit stops are going to be coming up sort of soon. Maybe not quite yet, but definitely soon. And we're also going to see a lot of good racing right now. It was single file for a while, but now we're kind of in that mode of there were guys who were saving tires for a long time, right? And then there were guys who were burning them off. So now they're gonna meet in between, and we're seeing that right now. Some good racing as we get closer to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, because for the most part, the only drivers that came down on pit road with damage were from the incident, including Dalton Tucker and Victor Fluger. Knight was on pit road once, so was Montgomery, 2 times for McKinney as well. I think he's already retired from the race, or he's a lap down. Actually, he just pitted. And other guys in the back pitted. But the front runners, for the most part, only have not.
Yeah, and that's going to be the thing, too.
Yeah, and Steve, this is a race where, honestly, I think if you can serve correctly, I think you could really make this a two pit stop race if you're smart about it.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, fuel obviously can stretch quite a bit, but man, it's going to be tough. You can maybe do it twice. If you can go to lap 40 right now, I mean, good on you. And then if we have more cautions to save, that more fuel, then good stuff. But we'll see. This can get pretty tough, but these guys are not backing down. Some good stuff right here.
Sean Boundy in the 34 leading. Here comes now Pfluger trying to battle back in. Remember, he got caught up in the accident with Tucker on the start. Battling with Front Apple on the inside. Outside Front Apple, door to door. As they work down the front straightaway. Ishikanen in that mix as well. Watching all this happen in front of them. And so is Hamilton. Single file, getting around that machine now. There's Rainwater. And here's the leaders. Top three. Funnel off turn 4. Flag, or they flash under the flag stand is what I was going to say. Back already into turn 1. What a strong drive for Sean Boundy right now. Steve, we got those camera angles?
Oh, we got some nice ones for sure.
Let's rest our voices for a moment so you can feel the roar from St. Louis. Field works their way off of turn number 4. You see them funnel back across the start finish line. Already closing in on 40 laps in a couple of more circuits. There's the driver works. Matt works in second. Look at all this action going on all over the place here now. Boy, there's Rainwater under attack by the 42 of Caston. Remember, Caston in that silver car had some problems earlier. Hops back in though now, and he's battling door to door with Rainwater. And boy, they're going stride for stride of the corner here, Steve.
Yeah, they really are. And right now, this is lap 40, so we're a third into this race. Getting pretty dicey. Racing everywhere, even Joel Hamilton behind him. Man. Couple of takers here for pit road.
Hamilton on pit road, so is Pfluger. Ishikanen looks like he's coming onto the pit lane as well. And Isaac Mock, first 4. Maybe going for the undercut on the leaders. Lotta set up high. There's Khan back on track again. Steve, if you call him the 14, those several laps down in that car.
There he is, yeah, unfortunately. So back on track, but man, yeah, just kind of down and out right there.
He's working lap 33 on track. Everyone else is working lap 42. He's 8 laps down after that problem he had where he timed out. Wiles, Cherry, NOS Energy, number 45, goes around the Crown car. For all of you people that are 21 or older, NOS Energy drink and Crown sometimes is a good combination. Just saying.
There you go. One thing I'm surprised by this, so we've seen some guys come down pit road now for green flag pit stops, but we're not seeing the leaders getting pressured by that. So they're staying out, looks like, as long as they can. It's a smart move, I think.
Back across the start-finish line, there you see Rainwater. Other drivers in the back. There's the front runners. Cherry now up to 5th, along with Wiles following. Cox in front of them. And there's the leader, working off turn 4. 3-second lead over those guys right there. Now exiting 4 of Works, Ray and Cox. Right there with one another. And then Cherry and Wiles are about 9 seconds back in 4th and 5th. There they are. The interval of the top 5 on the racetrack. Then it's Rainwater, Caston, Pineapple, and Lawson lead that next cavalry of the top 10. Hey, don't forget, coming up at halfway, don't forget to put capital letters St. Louis in the chat box. We are going to give away another $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. IMB Racewear $25 gift card. And all you have to do is put in capital letters St. Louis. As a leader now is on pit road. Sean Boundy giving up the lead. Matt Cherry is on pit road. This will give Brian Works the top spot now, Steve, in 82.
It sure does. And Sean Boundy, I mean, right now I'm expecting 4 tires and fuel by all these guys, obviously. It's go time. But does this force these other guys to come down pit road? We don't see it just yet. A bunch of the leaders still don't come down pit road, even though their leader, Sean Boundy, did. So, interesting enough.
Wiles on pit road. There you see the 61 Ray. Wiles in. Pineapple in. Caston in. Lawson in.
Oh!
Little contact with Cox and Works. Fighting for the lead, and the man that dominated the first part of the race now, Boundy, fighting to get back on the lead lap. He's on the tail end. Rainwater now enters pit road. And you got to think, Steve, you got a fast car, new tires on drivers that have used equipment. And look at how fast that 34, if he gets clean air, flies by him easily. That's the leader Works. He had to race his way back to get on the lead lap, but he's there.
Yeah, this is really shocking. These guys are going to be losing a ton of time right now to Sean Boundy because the undercut here is massive. The tires do wear quite a bit here. And right now, once these guys pit, you know, Wirtz, Cox, all these guys, they're going to be hurting right now for time. Boundy's going to be really ahead of them, way more than the 3 seconds he had before he pit.
Brady Cox, the Canadian, in the lead now. That 76 car, as we mentioned earlier, there it is. The 80 graphics machine, look at it. Beautiful looking ride, up in front. Oh, Canada, looking good. Spencer Ray in second, Brian Works up to third. They have not pitted yet. Working 10 to halfway here at Gateway.
Here they come right now. Spencer Ray, Cox, and Wirtz all down. Your top 3. Oh, but a yellow flag.
Had a feeling, wow. And they've got to pit. They've got no choice but to pit, Steve.
No, they jump out right there. You
Whoa,
can.
Wirtz!
You can do that because the commitment line isn't until pit road starts. It's not the access road. So very, very smart move. Very heads-up move.
Very smart. Only guy pitted was the leader, Cox. You see him committed. He couldn't bonsai, but Ray and Wirtz did.
Very smart move.
And the yellow is out. Third one of the night. Here's a look at what happened.
Yeah, it's going to be Jamie McKinney here. He crashes. I might have gotten this too early, but he's the one who crashes. We'll take a look. Back. One more angle here. We'll find it for you. Oh, into the wall hard in the front stretch.
Wow, there it is. Just below the flag stand of the Family Dollar 83.
Hold those brakes.
Woo! Luckily, nobody plowed into the Toyota.
So that's big.
Now you're going to see Spencer Ray and Brian Wirtz come down to pit road, and maybe some other takers as well.
Yeah, they trapped a lot of drivers. They trapped a lot of drivers down a lap. So the top 10 right now is the leaders on the lead lap. Everyone else, though, is a trap. So these guys right here, this is perfect case scenario for them. Pitting when everyone else is a lap under. This is perfect.
And for guys like Sean Boundy and Brady Cox, they're going to cycle back up to the front. This worked out perfectly for them. Obviously, Brady Cox was already committed onto the pit line. He had to pit when the caution fell. There's no penalty for that because he can make his pit stop, because here's the deal. Pit road was open. Honestly, Steve, pit road was open whenever he was committed to come down pit road when the caution fell. Now, if there was anybody else that would have entered pit road after the yellow flag fell for pit stops, then they would suffer a penalty. And there you see why Wirtz and obviously Ray decided to bonsai, and I'm sorry, Boundy. Was it Boundy? I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, those drivers decided, Wirtz and Ray, to bonsai and miss the entrance to pit road. So, wow.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of cars take the wave around, obviously. We're going to see Dalton Tucker most likely right here try and get some more damage repaired and get himself back in the game. But yeah, this is interesting, right? This is going to really change the game right here. These guys, Boundy, Cox, not so much Boundy, but Cox, Ray, Wirtz, these guys are going to have about 10 lap newer tires than most of the field, and that'll play a big role into getting this almost second half of the race going.
Approaching halfway here at Worldwide Technology Raceway of Gateway, we step away on race day and get you ready for the second half, the penultimate race of the season. Next.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like doggy bowl empty, Vegas full sleeping, Rug pull, cash grab, NFT's delight. Rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Here on race day, working lap number 55 of 120 laps, closing under the halfway mark. Hey, by the way, last chance saloon now. All you people in the chat box that have not done it yet, put in capital letters St. Louis if you're wondering why code FK8 or Brady Lovett or Matt Lovett or Trey or any of them other people have done that. It's to qualify for that $25 gift card from IMB Raceware as we go back to green. Strategy under green flag pit stop. So we got one hard into the wall. Hamilton in trouble at 55. Slams the concrete. No caution. Will stay green. The leaders are off too. What a save.
It sure was. He's hurt for sure, but kept it straight.
And you look who's right back into the top 10 again. Here comes Tucker. Strategy-wise, trying to fight his way back into the battle, and that's exactly what he's done in 21.
Man, a couple of guys hitting the wall hard right now. Unreal. Austin, really hard right there. Garrett Austin.
If I'm thinking correctly, Tucker is the last car on the lead lap. If my information's correct, Tucker is the first car lap down. If the caution was to come out, he'd get the wave around. And that's what he's hoping for. Tucker right there in the middle of that, what Mr. Excitement Jimmy Spencer would call the hornet's nest. And there's the caution. There's the caution on lap 57. Yellow flag, Michael Wolf off track in the Domino's car. This is just what the doctor ordered for Dalton Tucker to get back on the lead lap. Caution out for the 22. There you see him going around. Fourth caution of the race in the first half as we are mere laps away to the cross flags at lap 60. And Steve, no harm, no foul though. I think the doctor, I think the Domino's pizza car, Wolf looks okay. He's able to roll along. He no damage, it doesn't look like.
No, yeah, he's good. Just loose conditions, right? Turn 2, we talked about it earlier. Very, very loose. Can be hard, especially up against a guy right beside you. And yeah, right there, classic case of loose conditions. And
I love the wrap job on that car. I love the wrap job on that car. And it's so sharp. Like, look at that.
It is.
Like, some of these drivers have just got some nice looking wrap jobs on these race cars. Any takers on pit road? Joel Hamilton is on pit road, obviously. Remember, he got into the wall on a restart. Brandon Ishikanen is on pit road. Michael Wolf again for bringing out the caution. Alec Coates and Joel Hamilton. All these drivers coming down pit road for service. Everyone else stays out. Dalton Tucker is back in the race on the lead lap. He was the driver that got the free pass. He is back in the game again now, Steve. And hey, still plenty of time to do it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's got a lot of time. Right now it's the official halfway point of the race. So yeah, Tucker's going to get that lucky dog. Going to get around to the back of the field. But again, still a long race, right? Hard to pass, hard to get back up there with the damage. But I mean, hey, Dalton can do it. But right now, Wesley.
Let's check in with Sean Boundy, the leader right now in car number 34. Sean looking really, really good out there, man. Staying out of trouble. Got a fast car. Could tonight be the night we talk to you in Victory Lane here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, sir?
That's a really good question. You have to excuse my voice. I've still got pneumonia.
Oh,
So,
man.
I'm coughing my head off, blindsided in some of these corners, and somehow we're still in the lead. I hate to tell the rest of the competition that, but we're doing pretty good.
It's gotta suck being sick driving, ain't it?
It does. I got holes on the line right now, dropping them in like candy.
I got you. All right, brother. We'll let you go. Hope you get to feeling better, man.
Thank you.
Sickness win, possibly Steve Tucker, if he can pull it off, right?
Could be. It's like the Michael Jordan flu game, right? I mean, back in the day, it's...
Exactly right, man. Yeah, remember that? All right. What was that game? Was that the game against the Knicks? Was it the Knicks?
Man,
When he
I
had the
don't
flu?
even know. I think
Was
it was
the
a...
Knicks?
Was it a finals game, I think? I don't even
Yeah,
recall.
it was in the play. It was in the finals. It was NBA finals. I want to say it was the Knicks. I think it was. Or the Pacers? Indiana Pacers, it might have been.
I don't know, man. Any basketball fans in the chat? Now I'm kind of curious because
I know that they actually document it and highlight it on the movie, on the TV documentary The Last Dance. There's actually a episode series where they actually go into detail about him eating something about he ordered food service or room service and ate bad pizza, and he felt sick all game, stayed in the hotel room, stayed in hiding, didn't practice, didn't warm up, and when he came out on the court, sick as a dog, literally on oxygen on the sidelines when he wasn't on the court. And I think that he literally, I think he scored like 43 points, 44 points, a record or something like that. So, hey, it's time for Random Number Generator. Are you ready? Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready to hear you whistle or something. Let's get it.
All right,
Let's get it.
How many people signed up tonight? How many people signed up? St. Louis is what you got to put in the chat box.
I see 6. Oh, they're too late. We have 6 right now. We're going back green in 1 lap. Get it going.
Six people signed up. All right, so we're getting ready to go back for the restart. So let's do Random Number Generator with the number 1 through 6. So real quickly. All right, tell me when to stop, Steve. La da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
All right, stop.
Da, 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 da. All right, the number is 3. Whoever was the third person to put St. Louis in the chat box, I want to say unofficially it is Christian Light.
It is.
You are the winner of the $25 IMB Raceware gift card. Please contact No Limit Racing on Facebook, preferably on social media, and they will get in touch with you on how to get your gift card. Congratulations. And with that, we're ready for the second half from Gateway as we go back to green. Back straightaway at speed. Sean Boundy fighting bronchitis and pneumonia is what he was saying, man. Oh, Cox sideways. Drops to the bottom of the rumble strips. Saves the cars. They're 3 wide. I'm behind him out of 4. What a move, Steve.
Yeah, he really had to muscle that thing around because that thing was turned at that point. But man, what a great save right there in turns 3 and 4. Got it done, man. Awesome job.
37 up into the wall. The Starry Soda Machine. That's Rhodes. And we got cars spinning. Brandon Nishikanen going off the reservation off course. Now back on track. We still stay green. He falls to the rear. We stay under green flag conditions, though. Crazy chaos and mayhem on the restart of this thing here tonight at Worldwide after halfway. And I believe, Steve, it's only going to get more wild from here, bud. I'm telling you.
Yep, it is time to turn the heat up. It's the second to last race of the of the chase right now. You got to get those finishes.
If you're going to make a push to the championship, to the race, to the final, to put yourself in contention, to try to go for an upset for the championship, this is where you've got to do it. No doubt, like you said, right now.
Oh! Think that, who was that?
Oh, wow, was that Knighton? Casey Knighton, I believe it was.
Victor
In
Fluger.
29.
Oh!
Whoa, there's contact. Fluger, front apple, in the rainwater, and they're spinning. Robert Kahn got damage. Trouble on the back straightaway. Caution out for the 5th time. Oh, man. Well, I guess they thought they were going to miss it. That just didn't happen.
Man, crazy. We'll go back to that. Where was it? Here it is. Looks like that was Rainwater and a couple of others. Yeah, 00.
Fine
Victor Fluger.
Fine Fluger. Oh, man, look at that. Here's another angle of it. Look at that, 00 sideways. Casey Knighton just missed it after Knighton got sideways earlier. Remember that. And you know what? Hey, Steve, go back to the 29 of Casey Knighton. I wonder with him getting sideways might have caused the end result of that accident we just saw. What do you think?
We'll see. The 00's by himself right there. So, yeah, man. So Fluger.
The 29 spun before that, or got sideways before that, and I wonder if it has any inclination to do with what just took place.
Yeah, we didn't see it right there, but looks like
We're
Fluger
gonna go
just
back here and see the 29.
29.
It's already
and,
going where the
yeah,
crash
Mike
is.
Moultry's right here, so we'll go back. Use the 29, Carl. Let's take a look.
Yeah, did I say Casey Knighton? I'm sorry, Mike Moultrie. My apologies. All right, let's watch him.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, it happened before this. I know that much. Maybe a lap or so before it, or straight away before it.
Yeah, I mean, either way, that didn't cause this yellow, right? So it looks like the 00 just goes around. And
Wow.
fortunately,
Wow.
some collateral damage involved, too. Man.
A multi-car accident kerfluffle on the back straightaway. Drivers involved, including Sean Lottis and Brandon Frontapple. Obviously, Victor Fluger. Robert Kahn got damaged. A multi-car accident puts us back under yellow flag, and we'll return from Gateway in just a moment. Woke up this.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Working lap number 70 of 120. If you're doing the math, that's 50 laps to go when the field comes back to the Geico restart zone here at St. Louis. Hey, by the way, congratulations, Christian Light. Hopefully that winning that gift card made your day get better, my friend. Sorry you're having a rough day. Sean Boundy fighting bronchitis and pneumonia up in front. Our buddy in the 34 from Canada. Brandy Cox, somebody was asking, all the way back to 9th as we go back for a restart here. 50 remaining. Brian Wirtz has been strong all day. So is Ray. Spencer Ray down to second around the Wirtz car. And Wirtz going to battle back on the outside off 2, Steve. 3 wide.
It's getting crazy. They're bouncing off each other right now. Oh, man.
Montgomery to the bottom. Knighton up high. So is Mock. It's getting spicy in Gateway. 3 wide. Wiles in the purple car to the inside of the Ford. And somehow they hold it together at the line. Montgomery's car looking loose as he worked off that second corner. Wiles to his inside. Caston on the bottom. The 29 of Moultrie right there as well. Remember how loose the 29 was. Moultrie inside, Cherry down to the outside. Matt Cherry, the NOS Energy car. Outside lane, plenty of room given. Look at the banking here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. You know, Steve Tucker, you wouldn't think of it a lot, but it is banked at this track. Oh, it's Montgomery, I think, just got shot off the racetrack and slammed into the wall. Damage, but keeps on going. No caution, but he lost a lot of ground in that Chevrolet, Steve.
He sure did. Watch this real quick. We'll try and take a look at it as it happens. Into the wall hard there. We're green still, though. And man, Sean Boundy cannot be topped right now. He is so fast today.
And battling his way again to stay in this hunt. And he's doing it. And he's making it happen. Boundy up in front. He leads the way. Sean Boundy. And I mentioned this earlier. You know, what an improvement for this driver, right, Steve? I mean, he had problems at the beginning of the year, got caught up in a lot of accidents. But, man, he's fought, he's persevered, he's rallied, and he's put himself in a perfect position now to try to win this race if all the stars align for the man that's fighting sickness. He literally said he was coughing while diving into the corner, coughing up a lung, losing, trying to hold it all together. Caston, Wiles, contact. They hold it together off 4. And Poppin Halls as well. But making it work, though, and that's all that counts, if you will, Steve.
It is. And right now, man, yeah, Hank Caston, Dalton Tucker right here as well. Tucker's up to a P11 right now, so he has worked on that car, gotten it better. I mean, man, he might get to the front again. Still has speed.
Back into turn 1. There's Mock on the inside going after Cherry. This is to put him in the top 5. Cherry popped out for just a minute. He pops back on, and now got around Mock. Cherry and Mock for that spot to 5th and 6th. In the top 10, 4 drivers in the chase for the championship are in the top 10. That's Brian Wirtz, the best. Looked like Laudison just bounced off the wall in 24. Keeps on going. See the top 20 on the ticker on the rundown. The drivers in yellow are drivers that are fighting for the championship. They're in the chase, which will culminate in 2 weeks for the finale at Las Vegas. Who will it be at the end of Sim City? Wiles, Knighton side by side. This is for a top 10 battle. Rhodes watches on in 37. And I'll be honest with you, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 cars, Steve Tucker, every car on this racetrack in some shape or form has either been caught up in an accident, or they've had damage or bounced off the wall or had handling problems, and they've somehow fought their way right back in the race again.
Oh yeah, they sure have. And man, 40 laps to go. So now we're at the 2/3 mark right here. So looking pretty sharp.
And while all of this goes on, as you just mentioned, approaching the end of this one with 40 to go, when they come to the line, Moultrie, somebody just blinked out again. That's Mock. Them working their way back into the corner, side by side. That's Knighton. Knighton battling with Rhodes. Couple of playoff drivers going at it. Tucker is right there trying to crack back into the top 10. Started this race on the pole. The man that's number 1 in the championship on the pole for this race. He missed the gear, spun the tires. Rallies back, if you will. And right now, Steve has put himself in position to try to at least get back in the top 10 and have a solid finish for the race, if you will.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I mean, you know, Tucker has won the last 2 races and obviously looking really, really good. So Tucker just needs to really just be consistent. He's got the points right now. Just needs to pad his lead right now in a good race. He's doing it. He's getting back to the front. But a lot of these guys too, I mean, Sean Bounty though has looked just dominant. Nobody can really catch him, especially on long run. That's really good. Hank Caston down pit road looks like the first taker for green flag pit stops.
Green flag pit stops happening, and we're thinking they might need to make another stop possibly, because Sean Bounty has only, last time he pitted was on lap 45. We were thinking at least 2 pit stops, so at least lap 90, 95. I think we'll start seeing everybody all on pit road for the finish of this race, if you will, Steve. If my analysis and trajectory is correct.
You're right.
I hope it is. There's Tucker, and he's back in 10th. Top 10, Bounty, Wirtz, Ray, Cox, Cherry. Top 5, Moultrie, Mock, Wiles, Knighton, Tucker. Bottom 5 of the top 10. 35 laps to go. Next time by here at Gateway.
Ooh, 1 car off track right here. Wiles in the grass.
Out of harm's way, though. Down at the bottom of the racetrack, nobody in sight. His Ford begins rolling, the Crown Royal. Number 3, back rolling again for Torque Esports. Storm Sim Performance, and no caution. We will stay under the green flag. Working off 4, back to the line. Well, you got to think, Steve, Sean Boundy, not feeling well. You mentioned, we chatted with him, not feeling well. And all the while, he is still able to contend with these guys.
Right.
do well. Could tonight be the night for Boundy? Remember, we mentioned he's not been feeling well. He's been so good the last couple of weeks, putting himself in contention. To try to win these races. Just kind of fell short at the end here. Boundy, Wirtz, Ray, Cox, Moultrie, top 5, closing in the 30 laps to go. And no change in any of those positions right now on track. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm so impressed with the drive, if you will, Steve, of also Brian Wirtz. What a comeback. Remember, he started to have some problems right before the start of the chase. What a way to bounce back here and put himself in a good finish to possibly try to make a run for, if not the championship, at least a decent salvage on the year for the 82 car.
Yeah, and he has that one win, you know, Brian Wirtz at Watkins Glen, so he can get it done. And man, right now, looking pretty close to getting this as well, about 0.7 of a second back. We've noticed that Sean Boundy at the end of green flag runs, he's typically, at least last time, he was about 3 seconds up, so not as distant at this part. So Brian definitely found something here. Trying to track him down.
Back straight away. There you see those drivers of Knighton and the 10 of Coates. Ishikanen are right there, 8th, 9th, and 10th on the racetrack. Everybody, for the most part, just kind of settled in here, riding their line, trying to finish this thing here with under 30 laps to go, and that's a smart thing to do. Any moment, I got a feeling we're going to see pit stops happen. Oh, and if you're up in front, Steve, you want to have a flawless pit stop if you're the leader. You don't want no mistakes. Here he comes. We're about to find out. As Steve just said, Sean Boundy on pit road. I had a feeling, Steve, if my trajectory was correct, they were going to be coming down pit road.
It's a great call, and yeah, here they are. But what's the move, right? 2 tires, 4 tires. We're going to find out. Sean Boundy real quick. Right side's going on.
Drivers on pit road, 4 tires and fuel. Going for these drivers. No doubt, no mistakes. Can't get busted on pit road. Cannot get caught speeding. Cannot overshoot your pit stall. Cannot make any of these mistakes that can be costly if you dare. And will take you out of contention for the race. And if Sean Boundy played his cards right, it's going to shuffle him up. Back to the lead whenever it's the right time. Here they come, back down to pit road. Here's Ray on pit road. He was the leader. Tucker now up in front. By the way, last time Tucker pitted, lap 67. Could he roll the dice, if you will, Steve, and try to win this race?
I think he has to. I think that's the strat for Dalton Tucker right now. Stay out as long as you can until you need fuel. Hope a caution comes out during this transition. Absolutely.
Time to let it all hang out, as you point blank said, my friend. Pit stops ongoing. Ray off pit road finally.
And look at this. Sean Bounty comes out behind Brian Wirtz.
Yes,
So
sir.
Wirtz had a much better pit entrance and exit than Bounty. So now he's out in front. Can Bounty, with that speed from earlier, catch back up to Wirtz? This is a huge move right here.
What a strategy. We'll see if it will work for the end of this one here. As now the 29, Moultrie on, there you see him. Right now, 9 cars in the lead lap. Caston, last car on the lead lap. There's Ishikanen. He's up to second now. Ish last time pitted on lap number 68. So these two drivers, make no doubt, Steve Tucker, I believe, are going to try to roll the dice to battle for the win here. And mind you, they've got no choice but to do what they're doing right now on course. They have no choice in the matter. If they pit, like you said, if they pit, they give everything away.
Agreed. But if they stay out right now like they are, and a caution comes out, that is their only hope, I feel like, at this point. So you have to hope for the yellow to come out within that next couple of laps.
Or do you conserve? Are you conserving right now? Ishikanen is 3 seconds back to Tucker. So will we start to see a fall off by the 21 to try to save?
I mean, I don't know if you can save that much, but that could be a scenario for sure.
Great pages of virtual iRacing history have been written, and another one continues tonight for the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series. The penultimate race of the season, round 13, here tonight. Of course, at No Limit Racing's iRacing track, Worldwide Technology Raceway. Oh, and by the way, here's another thing to think about too, Steve. This is daytime. This track has lights. You could have ran this race at night. Daytime, it makes it a completely different animal as well when you're racing too.
Exactly.
$20 to go. Time to step up and make your mark. And that's exactly what I think they're going to do.
Yeah, this right here is the battle I want to watch, right? Brian Wirtz, Sean Bounty. Sean is not trying to catch him right now, it looks like. He's kind of hanging back. I like this move. You have 20 laps to try and get around him, and he has long run speed. So yeah, don't burn him up now, right? Wait until the end of the race a little bit. Try and get around him. But man, this is pretty good so far.
Ishikanen on the high side. More cars trying to go around him. These are drivers a lap down. That's Knighton. Brian Wirtz to third. Cherry and Lottison now battle. Lottison a lap down. Actually, he's on the tail end of the lead lap, or he is back on the lead lap. If a caution was to come out, Knighton would be the free pass. If is a big word right now at the home stretch at Gateway. 17 remaining when they come to the line, and Tucker is up in front. Remember, Dalton Tucker, P1 in the point standings, leading the chase standings. What a year the 21's had. How many poles on the front row races has he had? Another one tonight. Quick qualifier. Made a mistake on the start. He admitted it when we interviewed him. Fell back. 4-minute time for damage. Fell back 2 laps down. Got back on the lead lap. Caution came out. Got him back on the free pass, if you will. We highlighted it right before halfway. And now, to the end of this one with 17 to go. Strategy all he can to fight fuel mileage. A fuel mileage gamble here at Gateway to determine possibly the winner of this race. He has no choice, Steve, but to go all for it. He's all in right now.
He is.
That bottom line.
Yeah, right now he's hoping for that caution. I just don't think he can make it on fuel. That would be insane. But hey, you never know. I've seen crazier things to happen. I think right now, really, he's hoping for that caution to come out maybe in about 3, 4, 5 laps, and maybe we could shake up this thing. But yeah, pretty wild stuff.
So here's something to think about. Here's something to think about, honestly. The last time that Tucker and Isha Cannon pitted, it was on lap 67, 68. The last time the leaders pitted was between 45 and 49. So I'm thinking in my head here, just spitballing. If he has enough fuel, he's got to have enough fuel by at least 5 laps. He might be 5 laps to the good. I'm thinking this up in my head, if I'm correct. Now this is draining the tank dry. This is sucking all the fuel out of the reservoir and more. For Tucker to win this race, he's got to obviously hang on with 5. If he's still leading with 5 laps to go, I think he's going to win the race. That's my prediction, Steve. If he's still up in front and he's not pitted with 5 laps to go, I think he can go the distance.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Man, that would be quite the change right there. Making the way and stretching it out. Pretty cool stuff.
I'm just thinking strategy here. But I sincerely believe that that's exactly what could happen. We'll find out. 12 laps to go. What's your predictions in the chat box? Who you riding with? Who's your pick? Can Tucker do it? Don't take away the run away from Boundy. Boundy with a top 5 right now. He's in 4th. Been fighting an illness all week. Today, not feeling under the weather, fighting bronchitis and pneumonia. Cars damaged. There's rainwater, Knighton, and there's Works going by. Wolf going by. Down to the line. 10 laps to go for Tucker when he comes off turn 4, and he's working off that transition right now. There you see him. Working off of 4, coming down the front straightaway. There is no idea of knowing which direction he is going, and there is no idea of knowing if he is showing signs of slowing. Tucker is all in for the finish of this race, Steve.
Yeah, and I'm noticing, too, he's not downshifting or upshifting. He's staying in 4th gear right here. So he's definitely trying to save fuel, but not aggressively necessarily. So he might have what it takes to get to the end here.
Verbatimly, he pitted on lap 67 last time. If he stayed out on a full tank, that would take him all the way to lap 123. That's what I'm counting in my numbers. because it's only 45, 50 laps on the tank. Lap 123 would take him to the finish on a tank of fuel. Now, if we get a caution and we go to overtime, well, obviously you could throw that idea out the window, Steve. He's got no choice but to pit.
Yeah, because at that point the tires are way too worn out, you know, and things like that. So yeah, I agree. But even then, yeah, the fuel, overtime laps, got a great point.
Cherry and Moultrie, 7th and 8th on the racetrack. 8 laps to go.
One thing I'm noticing too is that Brian Wirtz, right, he beat Sean Bounty out of the pit road last time.
Sure.
And
sure.
since then, Bounty has just not been quick. Look at him. He's going to have Brady Cox get around him right now too. So that car is different for Sean Bounty. Just doesn't have the speed that he had earlier on. Not sure what happened there.
Race rolls on. Tucker, Ishikanen, Wirtz, 1, 2, and 3. There you see them, all chase drivers as well. And here is the story to tell the tale right here. Can he do it? That's the question. Can he make it happen? Let's go back up to the leader, Tucker. The 21. Staying up in front, hitting his marks, doing exactly what he needs to do to pull it off. Passing by the pit road entrance. Closing in on 4 miles remaining here. I think he's going to do it, Steve. He's not stopping yet. He's up in front, brother. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what, if he's gone this far, he can make it. Or at least he thinks he can, and that's pretty impressive. If he finishes this thing off, man. Unreal.
I might want to conserve a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Because, honestly, he's got about a 7-second cushion over Brian Wirtz.
Right.
And I could probably say you could slow down a little bit. But I think he's in stealth mode, man. Give it all you got. That's exactly what he's going to do. 3 to go off turn 4. In it to win it, if you will. In it to win it, and that's exactly what his intentions is. Unbelievable.
And Brian Wirtz is catching pretty quick, but he's still 5 seconds back, so that's just not going to be enough time with 2 to go here. But man, it's just unbelievable performance here by Dalton Tucker to, hey, wrecked it, you know, on lap 1.
Amazing.
And admitted to it, right? A little bit of a, issue there. But a lap and a half away.
Just
unreal.
To bounce back. Yeah, like you said, Steve. Capital Materials Chevrolet, number 21. What a way to bounce back. Dalton Tucker works off of turn 4. And if my strategy's correct, his strategy's correct, he can go the distance. White flag, 1 more mile to go. And he's also slowed down. That's something to also think about. 2 laps ago, Steve, he had a 7-second lead. Now he's 4.5 seconds back. Tucker doesn't got enough. He stays in 4th gear. Doesn't power to 5th or 6th. Tucker into 3 and 4. He wrecked at the start. He comes back and redeems himself. The man that's the Pied Piper for the championship wins a fuel mileage gamble at Gateway. Dalton Tucker wins it. Unbelievable. What a comeback, if you will, Steve Tucker for the 21.
I can't believe he pulled it off, man. According to my calculations, he was short, but he was not. And he made it all the way to the end in a car that's pretty well banged up, but had enough speed to do it and fuel.
Make no doubt, one of the questions I'm going to ask him was, how much did you have left? Because if my telemetry is correct that I wrote down on paper, he's on fumes right now. Dalton Tucker, winner tonight on race day from Gateway. Brian Wirtz is second. Brandon Ishakannon is third. Spencer Ray, Brady Cox, top 5. Sean Boundy, hope you get to feeling better. Hold your head up. What a solid run in the top 10 for him in 6th. Mike Moultrie Jr., 7th. Matt Cherry, 8th. Hank Caston and Alec Coates, the top 10. Sean Lottison, Casey Knighton, Daniel Wiles, Mark Martinek, Michael Wolf, top 15. Rhodes, Rainwater, Austin, Hamilton, Lanning, top 20. Front Apple, Montgomery, Mock, Pfluger, Kahn, top 25. Jamie McKinney and Matt Lovett. The full field rundown. Kyle Hall did not start the race. And he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Steve, he's out of fuel. Look, I told you.
He sure is.
He burned it down and he's out of fuel. Sean Lottison, his teammate, giving him the assist to get back to the pits. Wow. A quick break on race day. When we come back, we'll grab Dalton Tucker and the podium here at Gateway. Congratulations again, Dalton Tucker. Wrecked on the first lap, paid his dues, rallied, strategized, and he wins tonight here at Gateway. Dalton Tucker gets the win on race day's coverage of the penultimate race of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series. Remember, they take off next week. The finale will be at Vegas in 2 weeks. Dalton Tucker looking to try to solidify the championship. And Dalton, I got to ask you before we go any further, how much fuel did you have left? Do you think you had about 2 laps to spare before you ran out? Did you realize you had enough fuel, or was you just rolling the dice to go for the win? Congratulations.
With about 30 to go, I realized it could be close, and I crossed the line with 0.1 gallons and coasted all the way around to do a little burnout.
Wow. Wow. So let's just say with about 25 laps to go, you were conceited in saying, I got to go. I can't stop. I can't pit. It just can't happen, basically.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I knew that was my only chance. With as slow as the car was, I couldn't do nothing else. If I pitted, I would have ended up 10th to 15th, I think.
Man, what a way to bounce back, though, with the problems that you had. Tell us about that. What was the perseverance like to get back up here and make a run for the win?
Honestly, it's been a little while since I messed up that bad on the start of the race, and I thought it was over. I had 4 minutes of damage. Car just didn't have speed. Long runs, it was burning the tires up, and it was extremely loose. So I was honestly just hoping to put in laps, get a top 10, so Brian didn't catch me too bad going into next week. But that was absolutely the luckiest win I've ever had on here.
Man, yeah.
Well, Bud.
Go ahead,
Steve.
No, you can finish. I'm good.
No, I was going to say, if you have a question for him, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, dude.
I was about to wrap it up.
Oh, good. Yeah, just super impressive, man. I was going to say, yeah, just shout out your sponsors, dude. And, man, just, again, 3 in a row, I believe, and just super impressive stuff.
Definitely, as always, shout out to Capital. Put the green car back on and ended up winning. Didn't win at Texas. I actually got second in the white car. So put the green one back on. So it is 3 in a row in the green one. Just I honestly don't know. I'm kind of baffled by this because I should not have won that race. If I didn't do what I did at the start, maybe I could have had a fast car at the end that could have battled with Brian and Sean, but that was really unbelievably lucky. And just appreciate all the guys, appreciate the broadcast y'all do. This one should be pretty interesting.
Definitely was a fun one, no doubt about it. Dalton Tucker, ladies and gentlemen, gets the win. When it's all said and done, he is the man that'll be the driver going for the championship in the P1 spot in 2 weeks at Vegas. Thanks, buddy. Before we let you go, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's grab second place, man, and we'll get his thoughts as well on this tonight's event, and that's Brian Wirtz. Brian, your take of this event, rallying back and then surviving and really improving in the last month. One of the things I chatted about was, you know, a lot of the things that you've dealt with this year. You persevered, no doubt, down the stretch and got a second-place finish tonight. Your take of it?
Oh man, it was a night of learning. I'm not very good at these short tracks. They're not my home. I love the intermediates and super speedways, but I learned that first run that we had. I was burning the tires up. The dirty air was pushing the car around, and got ahead of myself and almost lost a chance at a podium there with the way the tires were going. Settled down the second run. And what I learned, I managed to get out ahead of Sean on that final pit stop, and I thought I was home free because the dirty air, I mean, it destroys the second place car, and I thought I was good, and I start looking at the laps, and I was like, man, I only got 43 laps of fuel on each tank. I don't know how he's gonna go 54. And we get to 5 to go. I get we get to 3 to go. I get the 5 laps of fuel warning, and I was like, when is he gonna run out?
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve, got anything you want to ask Brian, man? What a good, strong run for him in second.
Yeah, I mean, awesome job again. I mean, man, I thought you had to win there for a second if Dalton was going to run out of fuel, but, hey, really impressive nonetheless, man. Good stuff.
Thank you. Shout out to IMB Racewear. They're coming on board with us for Season 2. I know we're headed to the championship in 2 weeks, but we've talked to IMB Racewear, the guys Ian and Salim over there, and they're excited to be on board with some more prizes, and they're a wonderful sponsor to have.
Well, buddy, we appreciate it. Enjoy 4th of July off next week, and we'll see what happens at Vegas next week. All right, Brian Wirtz will finish his Ford, number 82, in the number 2 spot. By the way, yes, big thanks to IMB Racewear, of course, giving away that $25 gift card as always. Tonight, I believe it was the driver or the fan of Christian Light winning the prize. All right, Brandon Ishikanen had some thrills and spills and even some chills a friend with the wall at one time here tonight at Gateway, but what a way to battle yourself back, man, on the podium. You're taking third place tonight.
Yeah, man, that was wild. I kind of was. Part was racing right there at the last, I'd say, 5 to 7 laps. I was yelling at my brother to, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, or these people are gonna catch me. So.
Listen, I mean, strategy-wise, you were kind of in the same boat that that Tucker was in. Am I right? I mean, were you basically kind of following his same strategy and just kind of, crossing your fingers, your toes, your legs, everything, hoping that he would run out of fuel, I guess?
So I mean, when I looked at it, and I realized that him and I were like, well, I wasn't the same strategy as him. I was like, all right, I'm good. If Dalton's doing this, I've got to be good. And it was probably about 20 laps left where I was kind of looking at it like, hey, hold on, I don't know if I'm going to make this. So actually, I was in 5th gear for a while and just riding around slow. I'm talking like 36-second laps. And it was when I realized that I could make it, I was like, all right, cool, let me get back on it. I want to at least try to get a podium out of this and kind of go from there. So luckily that was the case.
Steve.
Man, good stuff again. Really, really impressive stuff. No questions, but dude, just again, it's an awesome performance. Love the paint scheme, and man, just good stuff all around, dude.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I definitely got to thank Team Watson Racing Setups. They keep me straight during the week for the officials, and they got a burner this week. It's pretty quick, and got to thank everybody down at WGR between Alec, Mock, my brother. He's in my ear the entire race, and he's legit spotting for me. And if it wasn't for him, I probably would have, freaked out a long time ago. So he's been with me all season. He's kind of the reason why I'm up here. So definitely got to thank him and everybody else, and definitely the league as well.
Well, there's, of course, Brandon Ishikanen, by the way. Hey, another quick statistic. Chevrolet, Ford, Toyota, top 3 on the podium when it is all said and done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up on race day. Your top 3 have been introduced and talked to. And Mr. Dalton Tucker getting the win here tonight from the virtual Worldwide Technology Raceway. Steve Tucker, your final thoughts. Remember, we're off on race day next week in observance of 4th of July. We come back for the championship in 2 weeks. Same time, same network, Las Vegas for the finale. Steve, can you hear me?
Oh, my bad, man. I got you. Having some issues over here on my end. It's all good.
I got you. I'm just seeing your message, actually, is what I was going to say. Yeah, so, but I was going to say, though, man, what's your final take everything here tonight at Worldwide and Gateway, and we'll get ready for the big race, of course, at Vegas in 2 weeks.
I mean, man, one hell of a race today. Good racing, good comeback by Dalton Tucker. I mean, just really impressive stuff. I mean, 2 weeks. We'll be off next week. Some fireworks and some barbecue, all kinds of stuff, some adult Capri Suns. I mean, all kinds of stuff going to go on next Thursday for 4th of July. But after that, hey, we'll be back at Las Vegas, like you said, man. Going to be a ton of fun to figure out who this champion's going to be. I can't wait.
Should be a fun one, no doubt about it. Thanks again, as always, to Brandon Frontapple and everybody with No Limit Racing and, of course, Extreme Graphics. Thanks to all the sponsors, including Butt Kicker, Powder Coat Plus, Extreme Graphics, IMB Racewear, all the people that are involved in what we do with our coverage on race day. Have a great 4th of July. Enjoy it with your family and friends and loved ones, celebrating our nation's independence birthday from 1776 to, of course, 2024. And don't forget to be thankful, thank a soldier, thank someone in the military, retired or active, for veterans, for all that they've done to allow us to have the freedoms to celebrate America's birthday on July 4th. We're back for the finale at Vegas in 2 weeks from tonight. For Steve Tucker, this is Wesley Outland congratulating Dalton Tucker from Wreck-It, from the outhouse to the penthouse, winning tonight at Virtual Gateway. Good evening. God bless.